Despite the controversy over why it's happening, it would be tough to dispute that flooding and other disasters caused by weather are on the rise. It's become commonplace to see images of disaster response around the globe and here in the United States. Oftentimes lacking the funds to properly equip them, we continually watch as hometown heroes risk their own lives and safety to save others. In 1969, America landed and walked on the moon. 42 years later, we're making flights into space like we fly across the country, but we're still sending our nation's finest into peril with either no equipment or equipment that is not designed or suited for the hazardous work these heroes perform. Emergency first responders knowingly subject themselves to hypothermia, immersion, drowning, toxins, and even disease. They are the same men and women that start their day knowing that they'll run into a burning building and take gunfire from well-armed criminals. Poseidon Tactical Marine from Virginia Beach wants to change the way our hometown heroes respond to disasters. Introducing the ASV-Air Disaster Response Craft. ASV stands for All Surfaces Vessel, and Poseidon Tactical Marine built the ASV-Air for the purpose of conducting disaster response more safely and more efficiently. The ASV-Air is capable of carrying a heavy payload including emergency responders, victims, and supplies safely and quickly across ice, swift water, mud, and across terra firma if needed. The ASV-Air was originally conceived as an ice rescue vessel for the U.S. Coast Guard on the Great Lakes, but Poseidon Tactical Marine, owned by two former U.S. Navy SEALs with over 50 years experience, wanted the boat to be much more mission capable. With decades of lessons learned in tactical maritime platforms and emergency management, Poseidon manufactured a purpose-built defense-grade craft capable of disaster response and even border security along any maritime surface, including our southern borders and our frozen borders to the north. During its debut at the New England Boat Show, people from all over New England expressed a strong interest in a pleasure boat version of the ASV-Air. Not only for the lakes and rivers that are so often frozen in New England, but also for the mudflats that are so prominent along the New England coast at low tide. The Mass Port Authority in Boston, which is responsible for developing, promoting, and managing airports, seaports, and transportation infrastructure in Massachusetts, needs a vessel that can transit the mudflats that surround Logan Airport at low tide. Initially skeptical that it could not be done, the officials that rode along the mud in the ASV-Air and those who watched from a distance were amazed with the demonstration. From the shallows of the Florida swamps and waterways to the ice and mud in New England, the ASV-Air has demonstrated its utility and capabilities on all surfaces. As Poseidon Tactical Marine seeks to market the ASV-Air to the agencies under the Department of Homeland Security, including, for example, the U.S. Coast Guard and the Customs and Border Protection Agency, they hope to generate interest required from FEMA to shake loose grant money needed by state and local agencies to purchase the much-needed ASV-Air. Not equipping emergency responders with the ASV-Air would be like sending our troops into combat without body armor. It's more capable than anything else on the market, it's simple to use, and it's safe.